Today, I'm taking you to Disney's D23.
I chat to Naughty Dog about the next Uncharted adventure.
I'll reveal the secrets of Grand Theft Auto 5.
And I'll count down the top 10 Zelda bosses of all time.
This is the IGN Show.
Sorry.
Welcome to the IGN Show. I'm William Haynes, and joining me today is my life coach, Alana Pierce.
Taught you so well, young Padawan.
Thank you.
On today's show, we'll get you all the details about Chloe and Nadine's new adventures in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Plus, I'll take you inside the insanity that is the D23 Expo. It's Disney, it's Star Wars, it's Marvel, and it's amazing.
It really is. And later, James Duggan reveals the hidden secrets of Grand Theft Auto 5. If you thought you knew everything about this game, think again.
But first, it's time to talk about D23. It's the official Disney fan club, and every 2 years they get everyone together for the D23 Expo.
It is crazy exciting.
You get all the scoops on new Disney movies, Star Wars, rides at the park. And I was able to go down at the last minute.
I was supposed to go, but then William said I was needed for this super important meeting that didn't exist.
The spreadsheet said if it has your name, if it says Alana Pierce on the spread, D23. We're here at Disney's D23 Expo. They have everything here. Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, everything is here at Disney's D23. I'm super excited to get into everything. I'm gonna see some cosplay. I'm gonna touch some stuff that they allow me to touch. Probably jump in a ball pit. Let's get into it. Absolutely Disney, right?
Yes, absolutely!
So I'm here with Ben and Kate from DuckTales. See any costumes out there that you were like, wow, did not see that coming. It was done.
There was an Ursula down there, I think.
Yeah.
We saw that man who he had like a scooter, but he made it into a pirate ship.
Scrooge McDuck's money bin. Any tips for jumping inside of that?
Yes, do not wear a tiny dress because then you cannot jump into it.
Yes, and don't dive in head first like he does.
You have to go feet first, of course.
Also wear shoes.
Well, everybody, that's D23. I had a wonderful experience at my first time at this convention. I saw everything. This convention has everything you could ask for as a loving Disney fan. It's a beautiful hug of all things coming together. I got to jump in the money bin. Everything was here. I had a great time. How about you? And we'll have even more from D23 on tomorrow's show.
But now, we're talking about Link. It takes smarts, cunning, and a little bit of luck to beat all of the bosses in the Legend of Zelda franchise.
And if you can do that, you'll have very little issue tracking down a Nintendo Switch in stores.
Seriously, it's still way harder than it should be. But I digress. Here's part 1 of our list of the top 10 Zelda bosses of all time.
Dungeon bosses have long been a core pillar of the Zelda franchise. These fun, flashy set pieces implore players to utilize items and strategies accrued in the preceding dungeon. The bosses on this list are memorable, challenging, epic, and fun. And as an added stipulation, no duplicates are allowed. These are IGN's top 10 Zelda bosses of all time. Virus might be an early boss fight in Twilight Princess, but this fiery, corrupted beast brings plenty of eye-popping spectacle and smart boss design to this list. This boss doesn't just break free of its chains. Mechanically speaking, it breaks out of Zelda's one item per boss pattern that's so prevalent in this series. Figuring out how to trip up this beast is a fun puzzle to solve, and one that sticks with you days, months, or even years after you've snuffed out its flame. While a majority of the bosses in A Link Between Worlds remix boss ideas from A Link to the Past, the shadowy Stallblind trades in nostalgia to fight on new terms. Its token weakness might be a bit obvious at first, but that's when Stallblind switches things up and pulls the rug out from underneath our small hero. Stallblind's self-awareness to discard its weak point and go on an all-out assault is notable, and something we hope to see more of in future Zelda games. Star-Lord is the definition of a roller coaster, as it involves one of the most outrageous items in Link's inventory. The spinner makes this fight entertaining and non-traditional, because our hero's feet rarely touch the ground. First, we see Link being bounced off skeletons like he's trapped in some demented pinball machine, but then Star-Lord raises the stakes and forces our hero to grind the rails long enough until it can slam into its brittle skull. Mechanically speaking, the fight with Volvagia is basically whack-a-mole. But unlike some of the earlier bosses in Ocarina of Time, like Goma and Dodongo, this lava dragon's fiery entrance was something we hadn't seen before, and the hectic fight that follows was of an unprecedented scale, one that intimidated us at first, but also got us pumped up for an epic battle in the first 3D Zelda. Majora's Mask bosses are often overlooked, but Goat stands out as one of the most unique foes in Zelda. This fast and furious boss is equal parts race as it is a fight. Even if it doesn't take much to figure Goat out, executing high-octane jumps using the Goron Mask is an exciting way to take down this speed demon. It's a great example of balancing a less challenging puzzle with a fast-paced, unique idea to keep the fight interesting. And it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning against Goat is winning. Just ask any Hylian.
Coming up on the IGN Show, we finish our countdown of the top 5 Zelda bosses. Can you guess who number 1 is?
Is it Ganon? Yeah, it probably is. Plus, we reveal the super top secret Easter eggs of Grand Theft Auto 5, and Alana sits down with Naughty Dog to discuss their upcoming game, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
But first, here's an OverWatch dance break.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is, without a doubt, one of the biggest and weirdest games ever made. Rockstar's crime epic originally released in 2013, and we're still finding out new things about Los Santos even today. Here are some secrets about GTA 5 that even the most hardened criminals still haven't uncovered.
In a cutscene, when someone is talking to Michael on his right side, he usually shifts his body towards that person. That's because Ned Luke, Michael's voice and motion capture actor, is nearly deaf in his right ear. Sean Fontino, who plays Franklin, is a real-life cousin of young Melee, the voice of GTA San Andreas' main character, CJ Johnson. And both GTA 5 and San Andreas happen to take place in Los Santos. If you dive down 500 feet just off the coast of Sandy Shore, you'll find a hatch that looks eerily similar to the hatch from the TV show Lost. But there's more. If you swim just above the hatch, you'll hear a strange tapping. It's a coded message that, when deciphered, reads, "Hey, you never call. How do you fancy going bowling?" Sound familiar? The JB700 is primarily based on the Aston Martin DB5, a car driven by James Bond in many of his movies. It's also obvious that the car's name is a reference to the secret agent himself. Even though Trevor Phillips is at least 20 years older than Franklin in the game, Trevor's voice actor Stephen Ogg is actually 5 years younger than Franklin's voice actor Sean Fontino.
What are you saying?
Trevor Phillips is often seen in-game wearing just his underwear. Turns out Stephen Ogg would frequently record his lines in his underwear to help him stay in character. In the prologue getaway sequence with Michael, Brad, and Trevor, the mission will try to guide you over the railroad tracks. Ignore those instructions and turn right instead. Go to the bridge, stop the car, get out, and look in the river to see a frozen alien in the ice. And remember, you can always find more GTA 5 videos on the IGN app and the IGN YouTube channel.
Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is a standalone adventure focusing on fan favorites Chloe and Nadine. I got to sit down with some of the folks from Naughty Dog to find out everything they have in store. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is an upcoming standalone adventure in the cinematic, action-packed world of Uncharted. It's not coming out until August 22nd, but get this, you guys, we're checking it out today.
We find these symbols. We find the task.
When Uncharted: The Lost Legacy was unveiled at Ep.6 last year, I was immediately sold. It looked just as gorgeous as Uncharted 4, but in a completely new setting, the Western Ghats of India. Similarly to The Last of Us' popular standalone title Left Behind, it also focuses on two of the series' strongest female characters, treasure hunter Chloe Fraser and mercenary Nadine Ross.
Like I said, don't worry.
So I'm just about to start playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I'll try and tell you what I'm seeing. So basically what I've done so far is climb one mountain that led me to a whole bunch of other mountains, and then I completed a bunch of small puzzles while trying to fight off bad guys around me, and I have to say I'm really impressed by how open it all feels. I can go kind of anywhere, I can approach by stealth, I can completely avoid enemies if I want to, but the main goal is, of course, trying to get the treasure at the end, and I hate that I have to stop playing this. So where exactly in the Uncharted universe is this slotted? What's the setting, and what is the time frame this is set in?
So it takes place after the events of Uncharted 4, about a year or so later, and we see our characters in slightly different positions. Nadine is, lost shoreline, and she's trying to get it back. Chloe's taking on a first job on her own for the first time, and it's set in the Western Ghats of India, which is where the Hoysala Empire, from 10th to 14th century was like a really big presence, and it's them exploring those ruins and trying to find the golden tusk of Ganesh.
Where is Chloe in her life?
Well, in terms of where Chloe is in her life, she is taking on a job of her own for the very first time. She's used to working for other people. She's used to being the best getaway driver in the business. But this is the first time that she is pursuing a treasure on her own. It's a little bit more personal for her, and so the stakes are a little bit higher for her.
What a pleasant surprise.
We have a new antagonist this time around who I don't know very much about. What can you tell us about him?
So his name is Asav. He was born in India, and he's very close to his ancestral homelands. And for him, the Tusk of Ganesh is more than just a payday. It is a symbol of that people and a symbol of their strength and their dominance. And he feels that if he can have this tusk, he will be able to have a symbolic power to accomplish his goals.
I'll keep an eye out for Asav. Perfect. Not that I'm too worried about him, though.
Okay, I guess I can pull myself away from this for 1 second to tell you guys that I'm really enjoying what I played of The Lost Legacy so far, and I am totally sold on the dynamic between Chloe and Nadine. Cannot wait to get my hands on the full release when it comes out on August 22nd.
There were tons of games at Disney's D23 Expo, but the one I was most excited to see was Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been waiting a long time to see who Sora's gonna team up with next. Check it out.
I'm Terry Schwartz with IGN, and I got to talk to Brendan Doherty about Square Enix's massively anticipated new video game, Kingdom Hearts 3. You guys made the announcement at D23 that I think fans have been waiting for over a decade. There's going to be a Pixar property in Kingdom Hearts. What can you tell us about what fans are going to be experiencing with that?
It was pretty exciting. We got to see Andy's room. We got to see Sora and Donald and Goofy in toy form. We got to see Buzz and Woody and the whole gang of Toy Story figures. So a lot of excitement.
I don't think that they have ever encountered anything quite like what they will in Kingdom Hearts. So can you talk a little bit about how this story will fit into this world and also into the Toy Story world?
Yeah, well, it's a completely new Toy Story story. You can see in the trailer when Sora, Donald, and Goofy appear in the world. The Heartless are there, so they know immediately we got to attack the Heartless, take care of that. We see Buzz and Woody and the rest of the gang are off to the side. They're sort of like watching because they're not really sure who are these people. They don't know their motives. They don't know if they can trust them.
Their questions.
Yeah. We definitely wanted to show a lot of gameplay because I know a lot of people have been waiting for Kingdom Hearts stuff. So we want to say, we're here, we're a game. This is not just CG, you're just seeing actual gameplay. We need to watch out for Xehanort, and we saw in a previous trailer, Maleficent went to the Hercules world. She was looking for the black box. Some of that stuff is going to pay off big time this time around.
Coming up on the IGN Show, we have the top 5 Zelda bosses of all time, plus the IGN Blindfold Challenge. Why would you miss any of this? We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the IGN Show. Tetris is a game that requires a ton of concentration and very nimble fingers, especially when the speed ramps up. But do you actually need your eyes to play? We put some of your favorite streamers to the test at RTX in Austin with blindfolds. Yep, this is the IGN Blindfolds Challenge.
So we're gonna grab Tetris and go, and you're gonna tell me what to do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Barbie's gonna try and direct me. We'll see how this goes. I will not disappoint you.
I do very poorly under pressure, so,
Right, down. Just hard.
and it's right in the middle, so I don't know if you want to turn it.
Right? Oh, I don't even know how to turn it.
One left. Come on, you're ruining it. That's not. You said left. I went left. You must have been a nightmare in school. All right, to the left.
What were Miles and Kyle doing? And then we got this.
There is one little blank square that we're never gonna fill. So.
All right, you good. Slam it down.
Slam it down.
No, you went way left on that. Okay.
Okay, so do you not know how to switch them yet?
Nope.
Okay, press buttons.
Okay. Switch.
No.
Switch.
Oh, no.
Oh God, what have I done?
All right, left one.
Lefting one.
No, that was left two. Left one. Go right. Okay, down.
Okay, A button.
Oh yeah, and then all the way to the right. Right.
We figured it out.
Now rotate.
Rotating.
This is critical. Just go straight down.
Oh, we got one. We got one row. Lindsay, we're good. Okay. So this one go all the way. Oh no!
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, wait.
And yeah, no. Rotate. All right, you good? No, rotate.
Did I do it?
All right, this one all the way to the right.
It's our piece of art.
It is. Oh, we should just be trying to draw something.
Go. Yeah. All the way to the right.
All the way right.
All right. Well.
All right, let this one drop. Let this one drop. Okay. One more.
Oh, you do it. You're trying to kill us. You're trying to kill us.
And we did it.
You've done very well. This cupcake round. There you go. All right, good.
We got 2 lines. We're good.
Yes.
One for each of us.
We're pros.
We put the no in teamwork.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow because we'll be putting even more creators to the test. When the IGN show returns, we'll be sharing our top 5 Zelda bosses of all time. If yours happen to match ours, you're either psychic or you just have really good taste. Either way, stay tuned to see our number 1. But first, we asked everyone at RTX what their top 3 favorite games of all time were. Here's what they said.
I think my top 3 games of all time, Skyrim, Portal 2, and Zelda Ocarina of Time.
My top 3 favorite games ever, Street Fighter 2, Breath of the Wild, and anything else. NBA Jam.
Breath of the Wild's brand new.
So good. Oh.
Maybe you haven't even finished it. First things that come to mind, Psychonauts #1, Super Mario 64 #2, and then I don't know if this counts, but Street Fighter, all of it, as an entity.
Easy. Resident Evil 2, classic. We're gonna go with also Mass Effect 2 and Final Fantasy 3. And I say 3, not 6, because I played it on the Super Nintendo and that's where it was at.
Okay, Doom. Okay, the Snake game on calculators.
How is that even?
It's a classic. It's forever. People are still playing it. They brought it back last year, I think. One more class of all time.
Metroid Prime. I thought you were picking for me. It was my 3 games and your 3 games.
Welcome back to the IGN Show. Earlier, we kicked off our countdown of the best Legend of Zelda bosses of all time, showing you 10 through 6. Now, it's time for the best of the best, the top 5. After this, you're going to want to replay all these games. Apologies to your wallet.
Say what you will about Skyward Sword, but Nintendo's first entry in the Zelda timeline introduced one of the most stunning bosses in series history. This 6-armed golden idol marries intimidating size with satisfying mechanics. The brilliant sound cues and motion-driven whip action are just the appetizer. The fight truly escalates when you have to pick up one of Galactos' 6 cutlass blades in order to chop down this ancient automaton for good. Calamity Ganon might just be the most mechanically formidable version of Link's age-old nemesis yet, and after probably putting the fight off for hundreds of hours as you explore Breath of the Wild's massive Hyrule, he's well worth the wait. Sparks fly, lasers melt your shields, and fire swirls around his body as he does anything and everything he can to crush you into the ground of his throne room. The Helmasaur King is one of the most memorable and beautiful boss fights in A Link to the Past. This reptile-like boss is as visually striking as he is mechanically interesting. Timing and placing bombs to break his exoskeleton, combined with dodging his projectiles and tail, make for a thrilling fight, and one that stands out as both memorable and rewarding from all 2D Zeldas. Dark Link has appeared many times in Zelda history, but the first time we saw Link's shadow come to life in Zelda 2 blew us away. The unforgiving, tense battle that followed gave this series something more terrifying than any other dungeon boss to conquer. It provided Link with an able-bodied foil that could dish out almost anything the Hero of Time could throw at it. Silent and deadly, this boss changed the face of Zelda forever. When it comes to climactic encounters in the Zelda universe, none stand above Wind Waker Ganon. Ganondorf's dark intentions drive the final moments of Wind Waker, and he's possibly the most philosophical incarnation of the recurring evil figure. Cheated by fate, he battles Link in an epic showdown atop Ganon's tower wielding twin swords. It all comes down to careful swordplay, but Zelda's role in this fight is what sealed the deal for us, as Link and the princess work together to seal away this Demon King for good.
So there you have it. Alana, James, who are your favorite Zelda bosses?
Mine has to be Phantom Ganon from the Ocarina of Time. The N64 is my first exposure to 3D. The idea of him transitioning from 2D into a painting and like actually riding into a 3D space and then playing energy tennis was awesome.
Yeah, my mind was blown when I played that as a kid, but I'm feeling very accomplished right now because my favorite is #1 on that list, which is Wind Waker Ganon. I just love his design. I feel like he looks really ominous, and I love that game. So.
Oh, I gotta say it's gotta be Dark Link. Everybody's got a dark side, even you at home. On the next episode of the IGN Show, we'll count down the top 10 RPG worlds. There are black holes that will consume your life in a good way.
Plus, we actually review the new DLC for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Then we'll have more from Disney's D23 and check out all the games at the show.
That's it for this episode of the IGN Show.
And as always, keep it locked to IGN.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.